RX Adobe, the Learning Continuity Plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation as underscored in the department's Sulong Edukalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. RX Adobe, the Learning Continuity Plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation is underscored in the department's Sulong Educalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, alternative delivery of basic education. RX Adobe, the learning continuity plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders' support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation as underscored in the department's Sulong Educalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, alternative delivery of basic education. RX Adobe, the learning continuity plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation as underscored in the department's Sulong Educalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. Adobe, the Learning Continuity Plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation as underscored in the department's Suna Educalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. RX Adobe, the Learning Continuity Plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation is underscored in the department's Sulong Educalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, alternative delivery of basic education.
This life, go, grow, grow, foods na tama ang sukat. Maglaro ka sa labas, mag-reduce, reuse, recycle, listen.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay maging fit at active. Wellness ay washing hands and tama. Wellness ay pag-alaga sa planeta. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life.
Healthy habits, simulan na. Huwag mo na tong pagpabukas pa. Handa na ba? Let's go for it. Huwag titigil dahil wellness is life.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay pag-inom ng gatas. Wellness ay eating healthy lagi. Wellness ay right portion sa pagkain.
Okay, that's right, let's go.
Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life.
Sa pagkain, magsama-sama, uminom ng gatas dahil wellness is life. Go, grow, grow, foods na tama ang sukat. Maglaro ka sa labas, mag-reduce, reuse, recycle, listen.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay maging fit at active. Wellness ay washing hands and tama. Wellness ay pag-alaga sa planeta. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life. wellness is life. Wellness ay pag-inom ng gatas. Wellness ay eating healthy lagi. Wellness ay right portion sa pagkain. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life.
Sa pagkain, magsama-sama, uminom ng gatas dahil wellness is life. Go, grow, grow, foods na tama ang sukat. Maglaro ka sa labas, mag-reduce, reuse, recycle.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay maging fit at active. Wellness ay washing hands and tama. Wellness ay pag-alaga sa planeta. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life.
Healthy habits, simulan na. Huwag mo na tong pagpabukas pa. Handa na ba? Let's go for it. Huwag titigil dahil wellness is life.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay pag-inom ng gatas. Wellness ay eating healthy lagi. Wellness ay right portion sa pagkain. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life.
Sa pagkain, magsama-sama, uminom ng gatas dahil wellness is life. Go, grow, grow, foods na tama ang sukat. Maglaro ka sa labas, mag-reduce, reuse, recycle.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay maging fit at active. Wellness ay washing hands and tama. Wellness ay pag-alaga sa planeta. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life.
Healthy habits, simulan na. Huwag mo na tong pagpabukas pa. Handa na ba? Let's go for it. Huwag titigil dahil wellness is life.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay pag-inom ng gatas. Wellness ay eating healthy lagi. Wellness ay right portion sa pagkain. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life.
Sa pagkain, magsama-sama, uminom ng gatas dahil wellness is life. Go, grow, grow, foods na tama ang sukat. Maglaro ka sa labas, mag-reduce, reuse, recycle.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay maging fit at active. Wellness ay washing hands and tama. Wellness ay pag-alaga sa planeta. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life.
Healthy habits, simulan na. Huwag mo na tong pagpabukas pa. Handa na ba? Let's go for it. Huwag titigil dahil wellness is life.
Listen, wellness is life. Wellness ay pag-inom ng gatas. Wellness ay eating healthy lagi. Wellness ay right portion sa pagkain.
Okay, that's right, let's go.
Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life.
Sa pagkain, magsama-sama, uminom ng gatas dahil wellness is life. Go, grow, foods na tama ang sukat. Maglaro ka sa labas. Mag-reduce, reuse, recycle. Listen,
wellness is life. Wellness ay maging fit at active. Wellness ay washing hands and tama. Wellness ay pag-alaga sa planeta. Listen, wellness is life. Dahil wellness is life. Listen, wellness is life. Ito ang bagong mantra. Dahil wellness is life.
Let us pause in silence and put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord.
I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in all the lovely things so fine and true. I see you in the beauty of the flowers and the rain. I see you between the lines of a sweet refrain. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you even when I'm lonely and in pain. I see you in the beauty of the stars at night. I see you in my life, I feel alright. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in the smile of a baby, sweet and true. I can see you in the eyes of my very best friends. I see you in these bonds, just like your love would never end. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you with the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I pray. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord.
Ako ay Pilipino, ang dugo'y maharlika. Likas sa aking puso at likain kay ganda. Sa Pilipinas na aking bayan, lantay na perlas ng silanganan, wari na tipo ng kayamanan ng may kapal. Ika'y sa'king talino sa mabuti lang daan. Sa aking katutubo ang maging mapagmahal. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako ay Pilipino. Isang bansa, isang diwa ang minimithi ko. Sa bayan ko't pandila, laan buhay ko't diwa. Ako ay Pilipino, Pilipinong totoo. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako ay Pilipino. Taas noo kahit kanino. Ang Pilipino ay ako.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the regional launching of the Nestlé Wellness Campus Program here in Region 10 or Northern Mindanao. We are so excited to welcome the Department of Education Northern Mindanao in joining the Nestlé Wellness Campus Program this year. Today is actually our fifth regional launching after Bicol, Central Visayas, NCR, and Western Visayas. With great love, we hope that everyone is safe and well. We at Greatfield Team are happy and ready to be of service to all of you and to be your partner in ensuring the successful implementation of this program here in Region 10. Without further ado, may I call in our Human Resource Development Division Chief and the focal person for the Nestle Wellness Campus program here in DepEd Region 10. A big round of applause for Dr. Raymond S. Antolo for his welcome message.
Thank you, Ms. Lovely Valentino of Greatfield Team Incorporated. So my task this morning is to introduce our participants online. Good morning, Northern Mindanao. Today marks a significant event as we will witness an action of partnership, collaboration, and commitment in providing support to our schools by supplementing learning resources that can be used by our teachers in the delivery of MAPE instruction, particularly on health and nutrition that will benefit the 2,505 public schools and 265 public schools learners in Northern Mindanao. So before we witness the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, allow me to present our attendees for this Nestle Campus Wellness Program regional launching and MOU signing. Northern Mindanao is headed by our Regional Director, very dynamic, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, CESO 3, Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Victor De Gracia, Jr., CESO 5. We are also joined with the presence of the OIC Chief of ESSD, Mr. Myron Hill Talusig, together with CLMD Chief Mala Epra Magnaong and Dr. Myra Guadalupe, Medical Officer 4. We would like also to acknowledge our partner of this project who will be formally introduced later, Ms. Arlene T. Bantoto, the Senior Vice President, Head of Corporate Affairs, Nestle Philippines Incorporated, Mr. Kevin Carpio, the Nestle Corporate Affairs Executive, Nestle Wellness Campus Program Lead, Ms. Maggie Ching, the Account Executive, the New Works Interactive Laboratory Labs Incorporated, and our very good friend, Mr. Pat Gukong, the President of Greatfield Team Incorporated. And of course, Region 10 will not be completed without the 14 school division offices composed of 5 provinces and 9 cities. This morning, we are virtually joined by our schools division superintendents and assistant schools division superintendents with their campus wellness coordinators of the 14 divisions. First, from the land of the food basket of Mindanao, the Bukidnon Boss or Bukidnon, with 644 public schools in the province and 178,759 public school learners. Under the leadership of Schools Division Superintendent, SDS Randolph B. Tortula, ASDS Lanila Palapar, ASDS Odibores, and MAPI Supervisor, Dr. Ernesto Ricina. Next, from 107 public schools in the city, 90,270 public school learners from the city of Golden Friendship and the city of Bloom, Blossom, and Boom, CDO Rafters, Cagayan de Oro, with their Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Cherry May Limbaco, ASDS OIC SDS Alicia Anghay, with their sports officer, Mr. Eulogio R. Swanner Jr. Up next, with 66 public schools in the province, 13,599 public school learners from the island born of fire and known with sweet lanzones, Camigan Province Patriotic Raiders, with their Schools Division Superintendent, SDS Edgardo Abanil, ASDS Sunny Ray Amit, with their sports officer, Mr. Randy Banaag. Next, with 23 public schools in the city, and 7,838 public school learners from the City of Shrine of Divine Mercy, the Savior, El Salvador. With SDS Olga Alonsabe, ASDS Junicio Liwagon Jr., and Sports Officer Mr. Manuel Hanubas. Next, with 95 public schools in the city and 21,748 public school learners from the City of Good Luck, Hingoog Fortune, Hingoog City, with their SDS, Jesnar Dems Torres, ASDS Mary Ann Aliera, and Sports Officer Mr. Sherwin Cuerdo. Next, with 112 public schools in the city, 51,166 public school learners from the City of Water Majestic Falls, Iligan Vaults, Iligan City, with their schools division superintendent, SDS Roy Angelo Gazo, ASDS Shambay Usman, and their sports officer, Mr. Robert Dichos Jr. Next, with 371 public schools in the province, 96,935 public school learners from the land of beauty and bounty, Lanao del Norte, known as Sarimanok Racers, with their SDS Edelberto Oplinaria, ASDS Rosemary Macesar, and Sports Officer Ms. Arlene Manginsay. Next, with 85 public schools in the city, 28,454 public school learners from the summer capital of the South, Malaybalay Icons, Malaybalay City, with their SDS Victoria Gazo, ASDS Aliena Dahay, and Sports Officer Rosalio Aramco. Next, with 341 public schools in the province, 43,206 learners from the province of Mount Malindang, Misamis Occidental Falcons, or Misamis Occidental, with their SDS Edwin Maribuhok, ASDS Eugene Macahis, and Coordinator Mr. Fernan Lanzaderas. Next, with 421 public schools in the province, 113,798 learners from the Gateway of Northern Mindanao, Misamis Oriental, also known as Misamis Oriental, the Valiants, with SDS Jonathan de la Peña, ASDS Nimpalago, and Sports Officer Mr. Johnny Redondo. With 58 public schools in the city and 8,826 learners from the capital city of Misamis Occidental, the Golden City of Warriors, Oroqueta City. With their SDS Rinaldo Manuel Jr., ASDS Roberto Napiere Jr., and MAPI Supervisor Mr. J. Roferos. Next, with 52 public schools in the city, 18,800 public school learners from the City of Shrine, Our Lady of Puta, Sparkling Diamonds, Osamis City. With their SDS Jean Veloso, ASDS Mayrami Bato, Sports Officer Mr. Junel Guangco. With 65 public schools in the city, 9,961 public school learners from the City of Christmas Capital, symbol of the Philippines, Tangub City. With their SDS Agostones Sepe, ASDS Lorena Serrano, and Sports Officer Mr. Ridimer Dinapo. And last but not the least, with 65 public schools in the city, 30,905 public school learners from the City of Golden Harvest, the Millers, Valencia City, with SDS Rowena Paraon, ASDS Conibel Nistal, and MAPI Supervisor Mr. Jorbin Okit. We would like also to acknowledge our chiefs from the 14 SDOs, Curriculum and Instruction Division, CID, and School Government's Operation Division, SGOD. Acknowledging also our school heads, teachers, medical officers, nurses, and parents who are watching in through DepEd live stream. To all of us here, good morning. Back to you, Miss Lovely Valentino.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raymond Antolo. Region 10, also known as Northern Mindanao, is actually a combination of plains, rolling hills, mountains, and coastal areas with rich soil, abundant minerals, and agricultural resources. It has a strategic location, which is why it serves as the gateway to and from the rest of Mindanao. To welcome us all to this beautiful region, please welcome our dynamic Department of Education Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Victor G. De Gracia Jr., CESO 5, for his message.
Thank you very much, Love Valentino of Great Field Team Incorporated. Good morning to each and everyone. Warmest greetings to all. Together with our beloved Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayokot, I am extending our warmest welcome to each and everyone, all participants to this regional launching of the Nestlé Wellness Campus Program for school year 2021-2022. At the outset, we are very grateful to Nestlé Philippines for this timely and relevant assistance to DepEd through this wellness program. This is timely and relevant in the sense that this helps us in dealing with our current pandemic situation as we do our work in school to help our learners in their schooling. So with deep gratitude, thank you, Nestlé Philippines, for this assistance. And we are also grateful for the attendance of all participants here, particularly in the 14 divisions, the schools division superintendents, the assistant schools division superintendents, their sports officers, and the rest of their team in the division offices. And of course, here in the regional office, our team is also a solid, active one with our host division, the HRDB, with the dynamic chief, Dr. Raymond Antolo. Also, the different chiefs of the different divisions who are participating today. And this bodes well to Region 10 that we are fortunate to be recipient of this assistance from Nestlé Philippines. And we will do our best to implement the program properly, for the benefit of our learners. So we thank God for this opportunity that we can partner with Nestlé and through the Great Field Teams Incorporated. This is year-round engagement with you, and on our part in DepEd Region 10, we will always be receptive to all your suggestions for the improvement of wellness, not only of our learners, but our teachers and all our officers here in Region 10. Thank you very much again for this assistance. And again, warmest welcome to each and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the assuring words, Assistant Director Dr. Victor G. De Gracia. The Nestle Wellness Campus program began in 2013. On the same year, the partnership between Nestle Philippines Incorporated and the Department of Education started. For 9 years now, the partnership continues to make an impact in the lives of our teachers, learners, and their parents. To tell us more, please welcome the Senior Vice President and Head of Corporate Affairs of Nestle Philippines Incorporated, Ms. Arlene Tan Bantoto.
To Dr. Arturo Bayocot, Regional Director, Dr. Victor De Gracia, Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Raymond Antolo, HRDD Chief, Mr. Myron Talosig, OIC Chief of Education Support Services Division, all the schools division superintendents, assistant division school superintendents, division focal persons of Wellness Campus Program, colleagues from Nestle Philippines and our partners, Greatfield and New Works. Good morning, mga kasambuhay for wellness. On behalf of Nestle Philippines, I would like to extend my sincerest congratulations to the entire DepEd Region 10 family for its accomplishments and milestones for the school year 2020 to 2021. We recognize that it was an extraordinary year, and the DepEd deserves all the recognition for its untiring efforts in guiding the schools and communities in the implementation of distance and blended learning. As the kasambuhay ng pamilyang Pilipino, Nestle Philippines is privileged to partner once more with DepEd Region 10 in promoting healthy habits through the Nestle Wellness Campaign Campus Program. We strongly believe that this is the right time for us to start working together and ensure that our teachers, learners, and their families are in the best state of health. There is no other better time than now for us to reinforce the importance of nutrition, health, and wellness. Through our regional MOU, we will strengthen our support by providing MELCS-aligned modules on nutrition, immune, hygiene, and solid waste management. These modules will be complemented by a wellness song and dance. And if you are also into K-drama and K-pop, you will love this to make learning the healthy habits easier and more fun for everybody, not just for the students. We have also set up an exclusive Nestle Wellness Campus Facebook group that now has already more than 45,000 members to support the wellness of our teachers and parents as they navigate the new normal in education. We hope that all of you will join our growing community on Facebook. We're also looking forward to your participation in the annual inter-school and inter-region competition that will recognize your school's best nutrition, health, and wellness practices. We are steadfast in our commitment to promote the value of healthy habits in keeping our families safe during this health crisis. We hope that our support will not only assist our teachers and students, but also encourage and make wellness a habit as they stay at home. Again, a big congratulations and our deepest thanks to all of you for organizing this regional launching. Salamat mga kasambuhay.
Thank you very much, Ms. Arlene. Now, the man who made this program possible here in the Department of Education, Northern Mindanao region, currently appointed by the Honorable DepEd Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones as in charge of matters related to the operationalization of DepEd's commitments to the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, and the recipient of the very first Secretary's Award for Excellence in Curriculum and Instruction, or the SAFE-CI, for being the most focused regional office nationwide. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Regional Director, Dr. Arturo Bayucot, says so 3 for his message.
Maayong buntag kanatong tanan. 2020, I think, is an extraordinary year for the Department of Education, for the country and the world at large. We were never prepared for what it arrived, but fortunately, we were able to cross it over. We had lots of challenges, and our critical thinking and initiatives have been tested on how to address the current problems to be able to really cross over the year and continue life and to include education delivery. There's a lot of problems that continuously confront all of us, especially in the lives of teachers, school leaders, parents, and the students in specific. I know it is hard for them to really study far from the school, and they have not been spared in terms of problems, in terms of boredom, in terms of managing learning by themselves. Parents are there to strengthen education support for the children, but we also cannot close our eyes to the realities that even parents also have technical issues regarding assisting the children's learning. There's a lot of aspects that we have to nurture the child, considering that we push for holistic education. We're not just after the mental development, but it's the totality of the child to include character building and, of course, physical fitness. Even prior to COVID, the Department of Education has conceptualized the program Sulong Edukalidad, which is a pivot program from access to quality. And we cannot say that at this time where we are confronted with problems, we can just relax quality. Even in education delivery, which is distance learning, we still push and work for quality learning within among our students, regardless of whatever education distance learning delivery modalities adopted. Day after day, we see events that are happening. I remember in Region 10, for example, that there were a few students who had been challenged with mental depressions. A student who climbed at the flagpole and committed suicide in front of their classmates, which was a very traumatic experience, considering that that student I'm referring to was a student leader in one of our high schools. Now, we have to refocus that it is not just about mental development, but we have to bring all aspects of life together. Nurture, develop, address, and make interventions to be able to bring the best, to bring the child in its best shape. The mental depression or the mental health is really essential. And we're happy that with Nestlé Philippines partnering with the Department of Education for 9 years now has to continue. We have to motivate the child's interest in learning first and foremost. Because if he's not able to demonstrate that proficiency, that willingness, and that interest to learn, I think all our efforts will be in vain. We are happy that Nestlé Philippines, through Greatfield Team Incorporated, continue to partner with us in terms of the Wellness Campus program that we are to implement this year and learn the lessons from the past years of implementation. We have to nurture the program and even develop all the more, not just on the implementation, but on the outputs or the results. Let it be this program as a results-oriented kind where our students shall benefit in terms of physical wellness. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that at this time, participation, partnership, and collaboration are indispensable elements to move forward. Even looking at the Sulong Edukalidad program of DepEd, which has 4 pillars, the 4th pillar is strengthening stakeholders' engagement, because we feel and we firmly believe that we cannot do this all by itself, all alone by itself. We really have to partner, and we are happy that there are philanthropists, there are civic-minded organizations that are willing to invest for the cost of education. Our superintendents, assistant superintendents, supervisors, and teachers in the 9 cities and 5 provinces of the region are conscientiously putting all their investments to develop the child. There are lots of factors to consider in terms of providing learning resources for the child to be able to learn. But again, we have to bring all aspects of student life together. We are happy that the modules that are developed in this wellness campus program are being available and are made available. We would even get more partners to help us in the reproduction of the hard copies of these modules. We have the soft copies, but apparently in the enrollment of DepEd, majority or 90%, which is the dominant learning delivery modality adopted for students, is on modular approach because of the issue on inadequacies on logistics, gadgets, tablets, load subscription, internet subscription, and of course, the stability of the internet connectivity. And we can still go through with our implementation of the program, even with all these limitations I was enumerating, if we will be handing over to the students hard copies of these modules. And we can do that if we are able to reproduce it. And if Great Field Team Incorporated will help us on the reproduction, and we don't limit it to only them as our partners, we get some stakeholders to assist us in the production. I think our Wellness Campus program, in terms of curriculum integration implementation, really will be in full blast. Again, we would like to give my commendation to Nestlé Philippines and Great Field Team Incorporated for coming up with an initiative that will support our students' development, which is indispensable in terms of moving through as they continue to live their lives and as they continue learning. In spite of all these limitations, we are happy that in Region 10, we are able to maximize our stakeholders who are just awaiting for us to tap them. And there are even those who come to us and offer how much they can help in terms of ensuring that our children continue to learn in spite of these situations we're in. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I would like to thank everyone for joining into this signing of MOU with Nestlé Philippines and Great Field Incorporated, and underscore that nothing can beat the product of collaboration. And this is a big milestone towards achieving that dream of giving our best support for the child to be able to learn at its best. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you very much, Director Art Bayukot. Indeed, as what she has mentioned, partnership and collaboration are indispensable, especially in this challenging time. And we all know this is all for our learners. That's why, as partners, we always align our key directions for the implementation of the Nestlé Wellness Campus program. What is up for the Nestlé Wellness Campus program this year will be presented by the Nestlé Corporate Affairs Executive and the lead for the Nestlé Wellness Campus program, Mr. Kevin Carpio.
Good morning. Okay, let me share my slide. Okay, yeah. So to our esteemed DepEd partners, good morning. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And again, thank you for allowing us to share more details about our program. But let me begin by providing some quick facts about our company. So we are pleased to share that Nestlé Philippines has been operating in the country for 110 years already. Our office is in Rockwell Center in Makati, and we are one of the top 10 taxpayers in the country. And we also have 4 factories, one of which is in Cagayan de Oro. We have 6 distribution centers and 1 shared service center. So that shared service center is actually a BPO in Bulacan, which serves different Nestle markets no, on top of the Philippines. Hence, we support over 50,000 Filipino households through our employees, and we have served 25 billion of fortified servings through our products in 2020. So to help you visualize, if you divide that to our population of 110 million, that is around 227 servings of Nestle products per person in a year. No? And then here on this slide, you will find some of the Nestle brands, which I'm sure you have grown up with and hopefully are near and dear to your heart. No, and through our brands, we aim to enable healthier and happier lives and be a force for good for society. No? Now, as the kasambuhay ng pamilyang Pilipino, we want to create shared value with the communities where we operate, no? Because of course Nestle is a business, but for our business to prosper over the long term, the communities we serve must also prosper. No? So we create shared value in three areas. So that is individuals and families, communities, and the planet. No? So for individuals and families, we help address the problem of malnutrition, of stunting and obesity by helping children and their families choose healthier food and lifestyle. So we do this mainly through our programs like Nestle Wellness Campus. Now, for the community, since 1960s, we have trained Filipino farmers no, throughout the entire value chain, from plantlets to hands-on training, all the way to buying their coffee beans. No? So this is made possible through our program called the Nescafe Plan. So our vision is to really help transform our farmers into agripreneurs who also care for the environment. And this is not publicity because we are the only company that buys coffee locally. We set up coffee buying stations and we buy coffee beans at global prices. And then we also train coffee farmers so that they are equipped to increase their yield as well as their income. Okay? Now, as a responsible food manufacturer, we also care for the planet. And despite the restrictions brought about by the pandemic, we were still able to achieve plastic neutrality. So plastic neutrality means that Nestle is recovering the same amount of plastic it generated from its packaging. So last year, we were able to collect 10,000 metric tons of plastics, and hindi po kami namimili ng packaging na kinukuha. No? So even from our competitors, we pick them up. And we send these plastics to cement factories where they are converted from waste to energy. And then happy to share also that last year we have shifted to paper straws in our ready-to-drink products, yung mga Tetra Paks. And we have also begun replacing our poly bags with paper brands for our sachets. No? So this is our way of caring for the environment. Okay. Now, what is Nestle Wellness Campus? No? So Nestle Wellness Campus po is the flagship advocacy program of Nestle for individuals and families. So it was established in 2013 and with the aim of really educating children and their families on 7 healthy habits. No? So parang this is our way of helping also address the problem of malnutrition by encouraging grades 1 to 10 public school students and their families to make important choices in their food and lifestyle. Now, the program has 4 key components. No? So you have the student modules, which have been aligned with the MELCs and cover different topics, nutrition, hygiene, immunity, and solid waste management. And then we also have the wellness dancer size to promote physical fitness in a fun and enjoyable way and to make learning the healthy habits more digestible for the students. Diba? And then we also have digital communities in Facebook to support the wellness of our DepEd educators as well as the parents of our learners. And then we have the inter-school, inter-region competition to recognize the schools, divisions, and regions with outstanding program implementation. No? Now, so far, the program has to date reached over 200,000 teachers, 7 million students, and 4.7 million parents in 13,000 schools nationwide. And together, we are helping Filipino children and their families lead healthier and happier lives. In fact, it's already our 9th year, and we are excited to implement Wellness Campus in Northern Mindanao and 6 other regions nationwide. So maraming salamat po for this partnership. So at this point, I want to share with you our activities and accomplishments last school year. So first, we had regional launches where we implemented the program. So it's the 5 regions in last year. And then these events were graced by representatives from DepEd and Nestle Philippines. And because it was the first time we did it virtually, teachers and administrators from the division and regional offices were also able to attend the event. And then on the modules, they were all aligned with the MELCs, each a complete set of downloadable materials given to the teachers. No? So we had lesson guides, we had worksheets, and then we had PowerPoint presentations made available. No? Now, as mentioned earlier, these modules cover topics on nutrition, hygiene, immunity, and solid waste management. No? So we have been providing modules, I think, since 2016, and we have been improving the content, no, throughout the years. Now, aside from the PowerPoint presentations and worksheets, we also diversified the materials for solid waste management modules. So meron po tayong mga binigay na, for example, no, visual boards and stories for grades 1 to 3, and then comics for grades 4 to 6, and then workbooks for parents and teenagers. And then these workbooks are available in Nestle's official website, no? Available and for free. Now, all the materials were adapted for distance and safety during COVID-19. So the use of these materials, we always say it's flexible, and the teachers are encouraged to adapt these materials because they're free, they're available naman in whatever learning delivery mode is most appropriate for them. Now, each activity provides a suggested alternative for blended or distance learning, because some of the pre-pandemic modules na ginawa namin, of course they had a lot of collaborative and interactive activities. No, for example, the students are asked to do things outdoor, they go around, they observe. No, so given the dynamics of blended and distance learning, we adjusted the materials to make it more apt to the situation. Okay, and then we also launched last year a new song and dance called Wellness is Life to make teaching the 7 healthy habits more fun. No, so the teachers were encouraged to use the dancer size, no, during maybe their online synchronous sessions, and then we witnessed the teachers implement it during their morning online dancer size, no, as part of the students' performance task, or even a class energizer, or kung wala man po online, it's even a part of the teacher's own wellness program in the school. No. Now, we also did a virtual program validation in lieu of face-to-face visits that we had before the pandemic. No, so we met 20 elementary and junior high schools in every region via Zoom, and then we personally asked them, no, how they implemented the program, because it's a different school year. No, so how they were able to conduct wellness activities to really reinforce nutrition and wellness in this new normal. Okay. And then we also launched an exclusive Nestle Wellness Campus Facebook group for DepEd teachers. No? So this group became an effective platform for the teachers to share and learn the best practices of other schools, no, in promoting nutrition, the healthy habits, no, in their own communities. Now, the group now has 46,000 teachers, and most of them are from NCR, with the schools division of Caloocan and QC as the top divisions. So I'd like to invite everyone who's watching right now to join our exclusive Facebook group. We have lots of activities in store this coming school year. And yeah, so we will be discussing more details later. No, I don't want to spoil. But one of the big activities that we do is the Guru Guide webinar, which we conduct every 2 months. No, so these webinars are free. They are done every Saturday, so it's voluntary for the teachers. Walang disruption sa classes. Okay, but the webinars are CPD accredited. So the teachers get CPD points from the PRC. So if you look at this slide, the average total number of attendees is around 1,200. No? And then the interest rating was very high at 94% for the first webinar and 89% for the second webinar. So the interest rating, the attentiveness rating is some metrics that the platform can measure. So for example, in the interest rating for 94%, ibig sabihin nun, 94% of the attendees were very interactive, no, in terms of the Q&A, the chat, and the survey. And then the attentiveness rating was 100% for both webinars. No? So it means all teachers avoided multitasking in their computers while the webinar was ongoing. No? So that's a good indicator. Now, of course, no, we also had an inter-school, inter-region competition called Nestle Wellness Campus of the Year. Now, to recognize again the schools, divisions, and regions with outstanding program implementation. So I would like to invite everyone to participate and be recognized for this upcoming school year's competition. Okay, so we will be discussing the mechanics later, so kindly stay tuned. No, but we of course at this point we recognize that the upcoming school year will be a bit different again because of the pandemic. So diba, parang we have to innovate, we have to be agile because of the evolving situation. So with this in mind, let me present to you our program for school year 2021-2022. Okay. Now, on its ninth year, Nestle Wellness Campus 2 will continue to promote healthy habits in the new normal. No? So, ano nga po ba yung mga healthy habits na ito? So, we have 7, like choose nutritious and varied options, manage portions, choose to drink water and milk, enjoy meals together, play actively, care for the planet, and keep good hygiene. Okay? And the burden of malnutrition continue to persist among school children. No? So if you look at the FNRI survey, we can see that two out of 10 or 24% school children are stunted, 25% are underweight, while 12% or 1 out of 10 are overweight. No? So, and then food intake continues to be inadequate. No? So marami pa rin ang kulang sa vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. No? So not only are these nutrients important for growth, for development, and even for the immune system, diba? But these nutrients are also important for academic learning. That's why we promote these 7 healthy habits. No? So the first habit is really about educating children and their families, no, to maintain a diet that consists of nutritious and varied options. No, may variety of go, grow, and glow food in the diet, because we always say that there is no single food that offers all the nutrients needed by the body. Hence, assortment or variety in intake is important. And then the second habit is to manage portions, which means to consume the correct portion sizes of your go, grow, and glow, because correct portions ensure that the child will not become underweight or overweight because they receive the right amounts of nutrients needed by the body. And then we also encourage to choose water or nutritious beverages, because we want children to drink the recommended number of glasses of water and milk every day. And then we also teach children and that spending too much time watching TV or maybe playing video games or being physically inactive is not good for the body. So the recommendation is still to get 60 minutes of physical activity every day for children, diba? Even while staying at home. And physical activity is not limited to sports or outdoor games, because it also includes, doing household chores, helping in the garden, indoor play, dancing, any form of activity that requires them to expend energy is also physical activity. Right? And then the fifth habit is enjoying meals together, because as a family, it has many benefits, like reducing the risk of obesity, depression, even substance abuse, diba? And mental health is a big problem, among teenagers. And one relevant message that we can inculcate right now, especially everybody is at home, is really family bonding and family meal times. And the sixth habit is to keep good hygiene. So personal hygiene is important in maintaining one's health and preventing the spread of diseases. And hand washing in particular is critical for achieving and maintaining good nutrition, good health, especially now during the pandemic, where we want to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Now, the last habit is to care for the planet. So now the quality of the environment determines the quality of an individual's health and well-being. So if the environment is unclean, if it's unsanitary, it also leads to increases in diseases, infectious diseases, for example. That's why practicing the 3 R's, the reduce, reuse, recycle, can also help lessen the amount of waste being produced, which contributes to a cleaner environment and also to maintaining good health. Also, if you look at these habits, they are all interconnected, they are very timely, and they are relevant to what is happening now in the new normal. So all wellness campus modules are aligned with the MELCs and with the healthy habits incorporated whenever possible in the topic. So the modules will come in 2 sets so that we are ready in case of changes in learning delivery mode. But of course, the most likely that we would use is the first option, which is parent-assisted learning for grades 1 to 3, or self-directed learning by the student. And that is more for grades 4 to 10. Okay? Now, as practiced, The soft copies of the lesson guide, the PowerPoint, and the student worksheets will be made available to all of you through our implementing agency, Greatfield team. No? So the use of these materials is again flexible, and the schools are free to use them in whatever learning delivery mode is most appropriate for them. Now, we also created additional worksheets for grades 1 to 10 so that there are more options for teachers. They get to spend more time teaching and less time thinking or preparing of the materials. Now, through these materials, students will have opportunities to practice skills, important skills needed for academic achievement and lifelong learning. Like, for example, no, organizing information, because learning how to organize information is an important skill rather than just taking notes without understanding the topic. The students are also trained to capture and organize information in ways that they can see and make meaningful connections between and among the concepts. No? So, for example, some lessons require the students to compare notes with others to see what key ideas they missed, or some lessons have worksheets that ask students to summarize information they've learned from the module, no, like maybe using mind maps or charts. Now, second is comparing new knowledge with prior knowledge and concrete experience, because diba, we know that students learn better when they compare the new information being taught to the information that they already know. So, for example, the worksheet requires students to draw their immediate family tree and then gather information about their health or lifestyle habits, no, among the family members to help them be more aware of health risks that are relevant to them. Okay? Now, third is observing and reflecting, because the modules also encourage the student to think critically about the topics, no, to observe and reflect on their everyday experiences. Also, for example, in this activity, it requires grade 4, I think grade 4 to students to observe their home and look for possible issues on food safety or potential risk for foodborne illnesses. Diba? Now, it is also important to teach students how to collect and analyze data, diba, in order to practice their critical thinking skills. So we have also materials aligned with that objective. No? So, for example, in this particular worksheet, the students are asked to make effective advocacy campaign materials based on the data they have gathered. So, in a nutshell, I'd like to reiterate the benefits to students and teachers alike of using the materials we have prepared. So, first is really time, because in designing these materials, we had the interests of our teachers in mind. No? So we tapped education experts in the development of these materials, and then the ready-made worksheets and PowerPoints lessen teachers' preparation time so that they can devote their time, energy, and effort to other tasks. No? Maybe like providing supplementary support to students in need. No? And then second is teaching, because students not only learn health and nutrition concepts, but they are given opportunities to learn and practice these skills that are transferable to other subject areas, such as the ones we've just discussed. And then another thing is really for training, because by simply using these materials, even teachers gain ideas for learner-centered strategies that can be applied in other subject areas. Okay? Yan. So now, another enhancement this year is the development of modules for senior high school students through the Nestlé Needs Youth program. So, of course, as the biggest food and beverage company in the world, Nestlé would want to share its business expertise to equip students with skills that focus on employability, entrepreneurship, and marketing. So actually, this activity started through Nestlé's partnership with the division of Makati. So we used to accept senior high school interns and expose them to real-world business scenarios. Now, because of the pandemic, the internship was put on hold, but we would like to continue the project by reaching out and sharing our expertise beyond the division of Makati, diba, to more schools, divisions, and regions. And so these modules that we have been using are actually meant for grade 12 public senior high school students. So they will also be made available to all of you this school year. So you are free to use them if needed also. Now, these modules cover topics like job search skills, which cover CV writing and acing job interviews. And then we also have organization management to cover the basics on effectively managing people, entrepreneurship, and principles of marketing. Okay? Ayan. Now, we also have the annual inter-school, inter-region competition to award the best implementing schools or those schools who implemented the program effectively by reinforcing the healthy habits. No? And then we will also recognize the regions with outstanding program implementation. Now, what I am personally proud is the Kasambuhay for Good docu-series that we released last July 31, I think. No? Now, alam nyo, Nestle, again, is already on its 110th year, di ba? So, we highlighted inspiring stories of people and communities that we have partnered with through a series of short documentary style films for Facebook and YouTube. So one of the stories we featured is about Nestle Wellness Campus. Okay, so please do watch for it. It's in the official Nestle Facebook page. And you can also scan the QR code on the right if you want to access the video right now. Okay? Ayan. So maraming salamat po. And at this point, let me turn you over to Maggie, who will be presenting the Nestle Wellness Campus Facebook groups.
Yes, thank you so much, Kevin. Good afternoon, or rather, good morning to our esteemed guests and partners in wellness from Northern Mindanao. Once again, I'm Maggie Ching, and it's my pleasure to introduce the Nestlé Wellness Campus Facebook group with you all. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so this Facebook group has been an ongoing effort since last school year, and we're looking forward to having you all on board our teachers' Facebook group because here we bring our co-wellness teachers information on teaching in the new normal, tips, and exclusive resources for your health and wellness. Bukod pa ron, we also bring exciting prizes, recognition, and free webinars with CPD points. And so just like all the other programs mentioned earlier by my teammates, I'm so excited to share na kung last school year, isa lang ang Facebook group natin. This year, we'll also be leveling up. Next slide, because this year, we'll be having two Facebook groups, Nestlé Wellness Campus for Teachers and Nestlé Wellness Homeroom naman para sa ating mga parents. Because at Nestlé Wellness, we believe that it takes a community to raise healthy children. And of course, we want to work together in forming a positive parent-teacher partnership para sa ating mga learners and your overall wellness rin, syempre. Okay, so now what can we expect in our Facebook groups? In the next slide, you will see that this school year will be relaunching our teachers Facebook group and continue publishing content on teachers wellness and teaching wellness. Our teachers wellness content will cover topics in promotion of teachers healthier habits at home, such as eating nutritious food, drinking water and milk, staying active, and spending time with your family for a positive mental health. Teaching Wellness naman will cover tips to equip our co-wellness in teaching despite limited face-to-face interactions. In the next slide, you'll see na syempre, hindi pa rin mawawala ang ating Guro Guide webinars exclusive to our Facebook group members. Again, these are free webinars with CPD points. And after our first year of blended learning, we've realized that ang pagtuturo ay isang partnership between the teachers and the parents. And with that in mind, we will be launching the Nestlé Wellness Parent Group. And in this parent group, we'll be showing, next slide please. Okay, our home run series, which are content on physical fitness for the whole family. Home habits series naman will be in promotion of healthier habits at home, such as milk drinking, eating breakfast, and caring for the environment. And finally, our home cook series, which are content on nutritious, delicious, and affordable meals for the whole family. So exciting po, diba? So don't forget to invite your learners' parents in this Facebook group because through Nestlé Wellness Homeroom, we want to develop a more positive home and school partnership for the benefit of our Nestlé Wellness community. Okay, in the next slide, I'll do a quick rundown of the rules of our Facebook group. So number one, do participate in discussions and activities. We encourage everyone to always be kind and respect everyone's opinions and privacies. We want them to think before they post or comment. So we want them to also make sure that their posts are relevant to the group's topic and purpose. Make sure your shared posts are set to public so everyone can see it. Don't engage in hate speech or bullying because we don't tolerate that in Nestlé Wellness Campus. Don't post promotions or spam such as live selling, job postings, and the like. Don't post fake news, of course, malicious links, and graphic or disturbing images. We also don't allow the publishing of photos of children 6 years old and below. And finally, don't publish content you don't own. Kailangan may consent tayo parate bago natin i-post yung content sa ating Facebook group. Alright, in the next slide naman, we'll show you that bukod sa do's and don'ts natin, we also encourage our ka-wellness to post in our Facebook group because we want our Facebook group to be self-sustaining rin, syempre. In our Facebook groups, our ka-wellness can post everyday wellness practices, healthy habit tips and advice, wellness questions, things that interest our ka-wellness. Syempre, we want to get to know them as well. Your school health activities that I'm sure everyone is proud of, healthy, tasty, and affordable recipes, motivational content for your fellow co-wellness, and of course, our favorite dancer-size videos. Okay, next slide, please. Ayan, so now we're all looking forward to seeing what you will share with our Facebook community. Kaya sumali na kayo as soon as we relaunch. Okay ba? Okay, how to join? Okay, in the next slide, you'll see that you can do that by following these 3 easy steps. Number 1 is register through the MS forms. Number 2 is go to the Facebook group and answer the membership questions. And number 3, send your membership request. And then after that, maghintay na lang po tayo for our membership confirmation. Ayan, di ba madali lang mga ka-wellness? Kaya huwag niyong kakalimutan ang easy steps na ito once the Facebook group is ready to accommodate you. For now, stay tuned for further updates and continue living healthily dahil wellness is life with Nestlé Wellness Campus. Maraming salamat mga ka-wellness and kita-kits po sa ating Facebook group.
There you have it. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin Carpio and Miss Maggie Ching. Now, competition drives us to be the best that we can be. Best practices gave us great insights that are key to innovating and renovating the program. Schools and regions winning the national level of the competition in the previous years will now face a greater challenge with the entry of Northern Mindanao. This year, we will continue to bring fun and excitement through these competitions. So here's our Great Field Team President, Mr. Pat Gokong, for his message and to present the program mechanics for this school year.
To our DepEd partners in DepEd Region 10, Northern Mindanao, headed by our Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayukot, CISO 3, Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Victor G. De Gracia Jr., CISO 5, our HRDD Chief and the focal person for Wellness Campus Program for Region 10, Dr. Raymond S. Antolo, CLMD Chief, Dr. Mala Efra B. Magnao, CID and SGUD Chiefs, DepEd Region 10 Medical Officer 4, Dr. Myra Guadalupe Ye, OIC ESSD Chief, Mr. Marlon Hill de Talusik, to all our schools division superintendents and assistant schools division superintendents in the 14 school division offices, school heads, teachers and parents, division focal persons for Nestlé Wellness Campus Program, division nurses and other DepEd officials and staff in attendance. From Nestlé Philippines, the Senior Vice President and Head for Corporate Affairs, Ms. Arlene Tan Bantuto, Corporate Affairs Executive and the lead for Nestlé Wellness Campus Program, Mr. Kevin Carpio, my Gritfield team partner, Managing Director, Attorney Jojo Taloma, our partner agency from Newarks, Ms. Maggie Cheng. Ladies and gentlemen, mayong buntag sa atong tanan. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. Gritfield team is happy and excited to be of service to you all. Thanks to Nestlé Philippines Incorporated and DepEd Region 10 for giving us this opportunity to partner with you in the implementation of the Nestlé Wellness Campus program this year. There is a huge challenge for us to ensure successful implementation of this program amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. But if we work together, we can make this successful here in Northern Mindanao. We see great opportunities to be part of this partnership between the #1 nutrition, health, and wellness company in the world, Nestlé Philippines, and the biggest educational institution in the Philippines, the Department of Education. We started organizing this program way back in 2013, and we have witnessed how the program made impact to the lives of our teachers, learners, and families. It is said that it takes an entire village to raise a child. This is true, and this is happening here in the Nestlé Wellness Campus program, where we can see our DepEd officials, teachers, parents, members of the communities, private institutions, and individuals working hand in hand for the good of our learners. The best implementing school and region competition brings out the best among our educators. Creative and brilliant ideas were demonstrated during our visits in schools. And what was more evident during the implementation was the spirit of sharing, camaraderie, and unity among our implementers, LGUs, internal and external stakeholders. For them, winning is about ensuring that our learners and parents are healthy and physically fit. Winning is about working together to build a healthy society and a healthier Philippines. Yes, we are all winners in our own rights. For me to be of service and to be part of this advocacy is life-fulfilling. And for me, this is winning. Today, I have the privilege to share to you the mechanics of the Nestlé Wellness Campus program. I will share my slide. So our mechanics is divided into 3 parts. Part 1 is the implementation of the nutrition modules for students and parents. Our modules are MELCS aligned and can be downloaded in Google Drive and in our Nestlé Wellness Campus Facebook page. The links will be provided to you in due time, and the following materials can be downloaded: the lesson guides, the PowerPoint presentations, and the student worksheets. Part 2 is the implementation of the Nestlé Wellness Campus Dancercise. Our team will provide the Dancercise music and video to all our division supervisors assigned as focal person in the different schools division. School wellness coordinators may get their copy from the division supervisor or may download the Dancercise music and video directly from the Google Drive or from Nestlé Wellness Campus Facebook page. We'll be providing the link where you can download all these materials. So the Dancercise can be used as synchronous sessions, during synchronous sessions, or learners may enjoy performing the Dancercise with their family. Part 3 is the best implementing school and region competition. The competition is divided into 2 categories: the inter-school category and the inter-region category. For the inter-school category, this is a competition for the best implementing school for elementary and high school among the public school in the 7 participating regions. So namely, NCR, Calabarzon, Bicol Region, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, Northern Mindanao, and Davao Region. The best implementing schools will have 3 levels of the competition. Level 1 is the division level. All the schools in the division, elementary and high school, are encouraged to join. Interested schools may download the registration form from the Google Drive or from the Nestlé Wellness Campus Facebook page. A template for your entry in PowerPoint presentation will be provided to you, and the dates of submission of your registration and entries will be announced separately. There will be 2 school winners in the division level. one from elementary, and one from high school. The winning schools will represent their division to the regional level of the competition. In the level 2 is the regional level of the competition. This will be the competition among the schools winning in the division level. An enhanced PowerPoint presentation shall be submitted to the division supervisors on a specific date. There will be 4 winners in the regional level, 2 from elementary and 2 from high school. The regional winners will then represent the region to the national level of the competition. Now, level 3 is the national level of the competition. This will be the competition of the best implementing schools coming from the 7 regions. They will vie for the honor of being the Nestlé Wellness Campus Best Implementing School Award. And this is the highest award in this competition. Schools competing in the national level will have the chance to win as national champion or Best Implementing School of the Year, first runner-up, second runner-up, third runner-up, and fourth runner-up. There will be the same set of winners for both elementary and high school. In the Best Implementing School competition, the criteria for judging are as follows. Criteria number 1 is the effective implementation of the student modules and adult modules. Participating schools should submit 1 best practice per healthy habit. So these are the best practices on how the 7 habits were taught and how they made an impact to the lives of our learners. Also, 1 best practice on the effective implementation of the adult modules. Maximum score for this criteria is 30%. Criteria number 2 is the implementation of the dancer size. 1 best practice on how the Nestlé Wellness Campus dancer size was implemented. How were you able to encourage our learners to dance? And how were you able to entice family members to participate? So maximum score for this criteria is 30%. So a school participating in the contest will have to submit a total of 9 best practices. Criteria number 3 is about joining our Nestlé Wellness Campus Facebook page. So this is measured on the number of parents and teachers joining our Facebook group community. Scoring will be based on the percentage of the number of teachers and parents joining versus the total population of the teachers and parents in a school. Maximum score for this criteria is 20%. Criteria number 4, the last criteria, is the involvement of stakeholders. How many stakeholders supported the implementation and how were they able to encourage them to actively participate? What are the best practices that unites the stakeholders to support our learners? Maximum score for this criteria is 20%. So the total score is 100%. Now for the best implementing region competition, this competition is designed to give due recognition to regions with outstanding performance and ways in implementing the Nestlé Wellness Campus program. To determine the best region, we divided the criteria into 2 parts. Part 1 is the program implementation, which accounts for 50%. Part 2 is overall program results, which accounts for the remaining 50%. In order for a region to get the maximum score on the program implementation, 100% of the school in the region should implement the following activities. The dancer size, 30%. The student modules, which accounts for 35%. Adult modules, 25%. And after the conclusion of the program, they will submit certificate of completion, which accounts for 10%, for a total of 100%. For part 2, which is the overall program results, the score of a region will be determined based on the score gained by the schools representing the region in the national level of the competition. There are 2 schools from elementary and 2 from high school, and whatever the scores acquired will be averaged out and will be the score of a region for the overall program results. The score earned in part 1, which is the program implementation, plus the score earned in part 2 on the overall program results will be added and averaged out. And the result will be the final school score for a region. Here are the prizes at stake that awaits our winners. In the inter-school competition, the division winners will receive 5,000 pesos worth of prize package plus a plaque of recognition. Regional winners will receive 50,000 worth of prize package each plus a plaque of recognition. National winners, there will be set of winners in both elementary and high school. The national champion, 200,000 prize package plus trophy. 150,000 prize package plus trophy for the first runner-up. Second runner-up, 100,000 plus trophy. Third runner-up, 50,000 prize package plus trophy. And the fourth runner-up is 30,000 prize package plus trophy. Now, for the best implementing region or Nestlé Wellness Campus Based Region of the Year, the national champion will receive 200,000 prize package plus trophy. First runner-up, 150,000 prize package plus trophy, and 200. The second runner-up is 100,000 prize package plus trophy. We will make the awarding ceremonies for the national winners more exciting and fun to give due recognition to the national awardees. This year, the awarding ceremonies will be conducted via an award show on FB Live, and we will be inviting guests from Nestlé Philippines and from DepEd Central Office to grace the awarding ceremonies. We at Greatfield will ensure that the schools participating in the competition will have clear understanding on the mechanics. A copy of the program mechanics will be available online via Google Drive and in our Nestlé Wellness Campus Facebook page group. If you have questions, we have wellness ambassadors in the region who will be happy to assist you. Okay, in terms of timelines of activities, we were done with the regional launching today, and it will be followed by division cascades, which will happen towards the end of August or first 2 weeks of September. And the distribution of modules will start next week towards the middle of September. And the registration and submission of entries for the contest will be on the second week or fourth week of September towards the middle of October. And we will have the division judging for the division level of competition, week 3 or the third week of October towards the end of October. And November will be the submission of the regional entries, and first 2 weeks of December will be the regional judging. The collection of the certificate of completion from the schools will be on the entire month of January 2022, and the submission of national entries will be on the last week of January towards the middle of February 2022. The national judging will be on the last 2 weeks of February 2022, and the presentation and post-evaluation of the program results to our regional offices will be on the first or on the week of March 1, will be from March 1 to 15, and the national awarding will be on March 30. So just like in the past, we will work together to make the Nestlé Wellness Campus program a success here in Northern Mindanao. How we will impart the Nestlé Wellness Campus program to our learners and their parents will make a big difference on their lives starting today and in the years to come. Effective collaboration starts with a generous heart. Together, let us work collectively to make every learner a healthy child. Daghan kayong salamat sa inyong tanan at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pat. Today, we understand what Nestlé Wellness Campus program will offer to our teachers, learners, and parents. Just like in the past years, we will be conducting division orientations for our school principals, department heads, and our school wellness coordinators. At this point, let us now witness the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Understanding by our Department of Education Honorable Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayucot, the Senior Vice President and Head of Corporate Affairs of Nestlé Philippines Incorporated, Ms. Arlene Tan Bantoto, together with the Greatfield Team President, Mr. Pat Gokko. The Memorandum of Understanding is currently being signed. May we request our honored guest to raise the duly signed documents. Ladies and gentlemen, the Memorandum of Understanding is now officially signed. Congratulations, DepEd Region 10.
Thank you.
Before we conclude our regional launching this morning, let us all listen to the words of gratitude from our Education Support Services Division OIC Chief, Mr. Myron Hill D. Talosi.
Good morning. Thank you for virtually joining us for the signing ceremony of the Memorandum of Agreement on the Nestlé Wellness Campus Program for school year 2021-2022. I wish we could have held this at a better time and under more favorable circumstances, but your presence today demonstrates our commitment to work together for a healthier lifestyle regardless of the situation. And somehow there is a connection between the circumstances and our commitment to a healthier and greener planet, which might be less prone to propagating deadly disease. How badly we live an unhealthy lifestyle and at the expense of the planet may be at the root of this crisis. And this may actually be the second virtual signing ceremony with Nestle Philippines in DepEd Region 10's history. We congratulate the teams from both parties for reaching elements essential for the success of the agreement and for accomplishing this feat despite the limitations. Last year, Nestle Philippines Incorporated, in partnership with DepEd Region 10, agreed to continue teaching healthy habits in the new normal by providing most essential learning competencies aligned modules on nutrition, physical education, immunity, hygiene, and solid waste management to augment blended learning as well as to support and motivate teachers through activities via the social media platform. And this year, we continue to pursue such project, albeit with a different implementing team to educate the public school students in Region 10 on how to live a healthy lifestyle through the Nestle Wellness Campus program, as well as to support teachers through the Nestle Wellness Campus Facebook group, which serves as a platform on the 7 healthy habits among learners and parents. And this time, our project coordinators from the various divisions would be our education supervisors in physical education, sports, or MAPE, instead of our school health and nutrition personnel. We thank the Nestle Philippines for its commitment to bring us closer to a healthier lifestyle we hope for our children and personnel. While we understand that this endeavor of Nestle Philippines is not simply an affirmative action to corporate social responsibility, but also a corporate branding strategy, thus we hope that the contributions, whether conscious or unconscious, of DepEd Region 10 in advancing the strategy of our partner would yield the best possible outcome for our learners. Friends from Nestle Philippines and Greatfield Team Incorporated, we look forward to meeting you all personally here in the regional office or somewhere else in the future if and when the situation permits. In the meantime, on behalf of DepEd Region 10, ably headed by the Regional Director Arturo B. Bayocot and Assistant Regional Director Victor De Gracia, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Talosig. And we also look forward to meeting everyone in Northern Mindanao in person, hopefully. So since this is such a memorable day for all of us, we know that photographs will surely keep this occasion alive in the years to come. With this, may we request everyone for a picture taking via Zoom application. Let's start with, we hope that we still have our regional director with us. And of course, our assistant regional director, together with the regional officials, with the Nestlé Philippines Incorporated representatives, and our officials from Great Field Team Incorporated. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, please.
All right, thank you so much. Next, we have with us our Assistant Regional Director, together with our school's division superintendents present.
Your camera.
Open your cameras, please.
Kindly turn on your cameras.
Cameras, please. Open. Thank you.
Okay, let's move forward with a picture taking with our Assistant Regional Director and the Assistant Schools Division Superintendents present.
Okay. Thank you.
Next, let's have a picture taking with our Assistant Regional Director, with the chiefs in our CID, SGOD, CMLD, and of course, our ESSD.
Okay. One moment. Okay.
And last but not the least, let's have a picture with our Assistant Regional Director, together with the representatives from Nestlé Philippines Incorporated and Great Field Team Incorporated.
Okay. Open the camera. Okay, love.
Right, thank you so much, everyone. And again, our sincerest thanks and appreciation to all of you for the successful regional launching today. Great things will be coming our way as we continue to work together in making our learners, families, and communities active and healthy. For this is what Nestlé Wellness Campus is all about. Thank you, everyone. Always stay safe. God bless us all, and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Sa iyong Mindanao mabuhay, mahal namong natawan. Mas bagong masita kumalik tayo, para sa katawin. Magkapiling taning kasing-kasing, ang kabalaan at kamalik tayo. Isa ka lumego ka ang magpaibabaw, ang kahon sa'yo kanina. Mabuhay ang iyong Mindanao, Mindanao mong natawan. Isag-usap ang ang kaliwan, kami na minahalan. Sa buhat at katuyuan, simbolo sa kagawasan. Magpabiling na magkahinusa, kadahugan sa kanan. Mabuhay ang iyong Mindanao, Mindanao mong natawan. Isag-usap ang ang kaliwan, kami na minahalan. Sa buhat at katuyuan, simbolo sa kagawasan. Magpapiling na magkahinusa, kadahugan sa tanan. Magpapiling na magkahinusa, kadahugan sa tanan.
Ayun.